Welcome everyone, today I have a new guide for Honkai Star Rail. So in this video, we'll look into the detailed strategies and also tips into rerolling effectively. We'll look at the basic method of rerolling and also what are the important things we should know while rerolling to get more damage and also to get more summons. We'll also look into all the details about rerolling, including creating your emails, accounts, and also how to consider rerolling on multiple platforms, which is by far the best way I have to get more out of your time. And also we're looking into using emulators, which can give us multiple instances of rerolling. And finally, we talk about what account to keep after getting your 5-star accounts. So this video is going to be packed with rerolling and also tips and also guides I have thought about and I have tried with Genshin Impact. So I really want to share this video with you guys to prepare for Honkai Star Rail, and we go through all the things into detail in this video. Now, if you guys haven't seen our previous video, we talk about which of the banners to reroll, including the standard banner, the beginner banner, and also the premium limited banners. So definitely have a look at the previous video in case you want to know which banner to reroll and the reasons behind it. There's some method that's really fast, some method save you a lot of rolls, and also some method that is very round but guarantees 2 of the legendary 5 stars. So coming over to a note over here, this is a follow-up video about which of the best ways to reroll. So right away we can see the basic way of rerolling is very straightforward. You start the game on the launch date or whenever you're ready. And then one thing to keep in mind, you do not have a guest login with now the MiHoYo games, because too many people are rerolling with guest account, so they took that away. So you will have to log into the game with a new email. And this is quite important because we'll look into how to make new emails and how to make salted account onto MiHoYo accounts. And after that, it'll take you about 25, 35, maybe up to 40 minutes to finish all the story and also the tutorials, and then go through the dialogue of the tutorials because you can't skip them. This one says you suffer a lot doing so. So you're gonna get at least 20 rolls or 24 rolls if you try the standard banner and also beginner banner together. So we talked about that on the previous video. And you're gonna be repeating this process. But in order to give you guys more information than this, we're gonna go through my tips and also advices how to do this more effectively and also get more rolls out of every 30 minutes. So let's start with the rerolling tips about using adventure logs, which will fasten your pace of battling with each of the fights. So as you play the game, there will be tutorials which teach you different phases of the game. In those moments, you'll also be getting items like adventure logs, which are experience books onto characters. You can feed those into your characters and make them stronger by leveling them up. So what is recommended by most players is that you level up the main character and also Dan Hen. He is one of the DPS characters you can use at early start of the game. So as you give those characters more experience, they gain more damage. And this should fasten your pace of combat and also shorten the time you take for each of the rerolling. Because those fights and also those dialogues are unavoidable, we want to go as fast as we can with each of the runs. Now the second thing we should be aware of is, as we unlock the summoning function and also the emails, we claim the emails and start rolling for 20 summons. You'll be around level 3 or 4 with your character level. This is called the Trailblazer level for Honkai Star Rail. So one thing you can consider to do, which we'll talk about in the next part, is that you can continue to level this account to level 5, and this will give you 10 more summons. So what that means is you'll get at least 30 summons. But this is likely going to take you anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes to get to level 5. So keep that in mind. Now that we had a look at some of the basic and also important tips, let's have a look at how you actually create emails and also accounts. You might think, hey, this is quite straightforward. Why would I need to know how about this? Because if you're rerolling a lot, likely you're going to need at least 10 or 20 emails to really get a few good 5 stars. So the first thing you can do is you can create lots of Gmails, which is I have prepared a lot of Gmails. I have prepared at least 20 Gmails, and this allows you to kind of prepare for the emails to log into the game. Now, Gmails are quite straightforward. I used to think you have to use your phone number, but you don't have to put your phone numbers, and this makes it quite easy. And what I do is I have 2 devices. One is logging into my computer, one is logging into my phone. So 10 emails are logged onto one of my devices. So this way, when I get a verification code, I can go onto the device and also get the code. Now, if you're creating emails, one recommendation is to make the names a little longer, because on the next method, we talk about sorting, and this allows you to use multiple times for one email. So on the note of sorting, now I'm not saying this is by far the best method, but this is one of the methods people are using for Genshin Impact. Myself personally, I didn't really use this method, but I'll give you guys an example. I have tested this method before making this video, but there's some drawbacks. But this does make multiple accounts using one email. So what you're doing is, let's say majestic@gmail is my email. This is actually not my email, by the way, guys. I'm using this as an example. I should have made this one, right? So let's say majestic@gmail is an email that I have. And then if I'm using this email to register an account, that works. And this is the website you register over here with MiHoYo Universe. So then what you can do is you can use the same email, but put a dot in between the letters before the @ So I put a dot before M. And then if you register over here by putting a dot and you follow through the steps over here, which allows you to do the verification code. And after verification code, it will send your code and register account. So you're effectively using one email to register multiple accounts with MiHoYo accounts. And I have tested this before this recording. It still works. So we're using one email for multiple accounts, but there is a drawback. It seems that MiHoYo is aware of this system and they have started to block accounts that is registered multiple times with the same IP. What I'll do is I'll show you guys quickly over here live. So they really have a strange verification system. It's quite hard to click. Did I click this right? Let's hope I clicked it right. Okay, I clicked it right. So what you want to see is you see request failed. The current environment is at risk. This is definitely a translation from Chinese. So what they're doing is I have been blocked by my IP for at least, I think, 12 hours because I tried this last night. So they're blocking IPs which register more than 5 attempts. So I have registered 5 different sorted emails with one email and making 5 different accounts. And after making those 5 accounts, it seems like they have a count system. And with one IP, you can't do more than 5 for now. I haven't seen what happens after 12 hours though. So my question is, does VPN work here? I don't have VPN, but it could work for this. Now again, guys, I don't think you have to go through the trouble of sorted accounts. I'm just sharing this because this is one of the methods used by Genshin Impact and players were rerolling with multiple, accounts with one email. But registering email doesn't take that long, and I think I just need 20 emails and I should be getting some, really nice 5 stars. Now, of course, over here, you can go with other type of emails or Facebook logins. Those should also work as well for MiHoYo accounts. And before we finish this part, remember guys, don't consider buying starter accounts. There will be servers and people selling for starter accounts with any of the 5 stars that you wanted. But those 5-star starter accounts can be using speed hacks, which rolls the 5 stars at a very fast rate. And MiHoYo really don't like this because you're basically cheating the game. And they will be banning those accounts very likely. So you're wasting your money if you're buying the starter accounts. I don't recommend trading, buying, or sharing your account information with people. This is not recommended, and there's a high potential to be banned, similar to Genshin Impact. You don't want this. Now, finally, if you do get your 5-star account, which we'll talk about very soon in the next part, make sure you also play those accounts a little bit, because after a few days of inactive accounts, MiHoYo may be banning or deleting those accounts because they know there's a vast number of people rerolling. They don't want to, stock up their storage with the inactive accounts. So just be aware, guys, if you have a 5-star account you want to play, make sure you play a little bit so it doesn't get auto-deleted. So now that we talk about creating emails, which is essential for making accounts, let's come over to my next master plan of cross-platform with emulators combination. So there's 2 methods I want to share with you guys. Personally, I will go with the first method. If I can get the second method working, we'll have a dedicated video to show you guys this as well. So how does the first method works is that we'll be going with cross-platform. So what I'll be planning is, because we know Honkai Star Rail allows for cross-platform playing, so that means one account can play on PC, Android, and also iPhone, Apple devices. So what that means is, while we are facing unskippable conversation in the tutorial, I can have multiple devices activated. And my plan is to start the game on my computer and also download the game on my phone and also on my iPad. So this way I'm running 3 instances of the game at once. And of course, I will need 3 different logins, and that's why you get multiple emails. So what this means is, after 30 to 40 minutes, I will be playing all 3 accounts, and because the conversation is unscapable, so that means, I have plenty of time to do all 3 accounts, right? So by the end of 40 minutes, I'm looking at 3 times 20 rolls on the standard banner. And this almost, gives me a really higher chance of getting a 5-star. So this is pretty much, 20 summons per 10 minutes or per 13 minutes if you count this. And this allows me to, get a lot more of the time I'm waiting for the unskippable conversations. If you have more devices, if your fingers are fast enough, you can do 4 or 5 devices. And of course, I'm keeping all the devices charged because this might take a long time. Now, finally, one of the methods that is recommended by some of my viewers to me is that using emulators like BlueStack and also Nox. So over here, you can see there's BlueStack and then there's Nox. And those are emulators which allows you to play games through Android, and they can open instance and multiple copies of the same game. So I haven't tried this personally, but previously I have tried this with Fire Emblem. And this is with the Nintendo game that was like many years ago. That was like, what? Oh, that's like 6 or 7 years ago. When Nintendo first released the Fire Emblem, I tried this like with 10 copies, and I was getting all the legendaries like Hectors with the first try. So because the emulators can open multiple copies, it really depends how strong is your computer that can handle multiple instances. And then each of those devices also have a function which you click once, and this allows you to control all the instances. So this means you can control 3, 5, 6 copies of the game at once, and this is very good. If you guys do want to know and try this, definitely check out some of the YouTube guide for this. I don't think I want to go too technical for this one. So this means we can reroll 3 times or 5 times with copies, and this means every 30 to 40 minutes we're rerolling without me clicking on my devices, adjusting my computer and using emulators. Now, because I haven't gotten to try this one for Honkai Star Rail, I can't recommend this to you guys, but this is definitely one of the methods that is the fastest and also safe to use. Because emulators and games are allowed with most of the games, and we're not speed hacking, we're not duplicating. Now, don't quote me on this, I do think emulators are okay, but we don't know, maybe MiHoYo tries something different. So I update you guys on this. I'll consider trying this at launch, and if this works, I'll make a video for you guys. Now, finally, before we finish, likely if you're planning to do reroll, guys, and even if you're not planning to reroll, you might face this. It's what account to keep. Now, what I mean by that is you might be getting an account with a 5-star item that can be a weapon on the standard banner. So would you keep that? Or would you keep accounts with only 5-star characters? Or would you keep accounts with only 5-star characters that you want, which is top meta? Well, we have the question that what I recommend is, for any of the 5-star account that you have, whether it's weapons or characters, we can spend then some time to level this to level 5. So this is why it's quite important to understand you get 10 more summons at level 5 of your character. And when that happens, you can summon 10 more times on the beginner's banner, which is at a discount and also have better chance of a 5-star character. So once you get your second 5-star, if you're lucky enough, then we're going to compare if this item works well with the first 5-star. So if the 2 5-star characters or 5-star weapon characters works very well, then you can consider using this account. So this is one of the best ways because at level 5, within about less than 30 minutes, you get 10 more summons. So we're amplifying how lucky we get with rerolling. Now there will be some times that you don't get a 5-star, but you can play it for a few more days, maybe get some free gems, and then you can summon more. Now, of course, don't forget that you'll be getting premium summons with the Stellar Jade, and you can summon those on the limited character banner. If you do get Select, it is a jackpot, so this is the limited banner character. But if you're planning to save your account, you can save the premium Jade currencies for the future limited banners. And maybe you want to keep on this account. So we'll discuss about this in the future videos, about which banner is worth saving for and what are the upcoming banners. So quite excited to plan for the future, but first let's get ourselves some 5-star characters on the free starter accounts. Now before you go, and if you guys didn't know, we have a new YouTube channel. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and check out the behind the scenes and also fun clips and also more stories about us. And then you get to know me a little more personally instead of just reading the news and also the games, right? So I want to share a little bit more with you guys. So make sure you check this channel out if you're interested about Matt and also Uni. She's really funny too, and she's really shy. So I want to give her a surprise and do a shout out for the new channel to get some subscribers. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.